Hi everyone, I'm Dainty from Brickley Reptiles and Exotic Pets, and I've come today to show you how to set up a Dubia Roach colony. Now before we start, I just want to warn you that if you suffer with asthma or any other respiratory issues, I don't recommend you do this at home because it can worsen your symptoms. Dubia roaches are excellent staple food for our exotic pets. You can give them to your lizards, your turtles, your sugar gliders, the list goes on. They're really good. They're really easy to keep, they do not climb, they do not fly, so you don't have to worry too much about escaping. They're also not noisy, which is a bonus. Dubia roaches are high, sorry if you can hear my little water dragon here. Dubia roaches are high in protein, they're high in calcium, they've got good fluid content, and best still, they're lower fat. Of course, additionally to all this, they are great for mental stimulation for your reptiles. Running around chasing them is great exercise and it's good stimulation for their mind also. Unfortunately, they can be quite expensive to purchase in store, but never mind, they are easy to they're easy to breed. So let me show you how. Yo, she distracted me, dude. Okay, so I use this container. It's got clip-on handles, so the lid's really secure. You can see it's a good quality, it's a decent size, but it doesn't take up too much room. This one is a smooth container. If you've got one that's got a bit of texture to it or has a bit of rough surface, you may just want to pop the lid off and just line the top of the outside with tape, because if it's a rough surface they are going to be able to climb it, but the tape will prevent that. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but mine's got ventilation all the way around the top. My partner's drilled some holes into that for me. Ventilation is really important. It's going to stop you struggling so much with midges. It's going to help with reducing the amount of mould and mildew you get, and just generally keep your colony smelling cleaner. Okay, so without further ado, substrate. Now I do bare bottom. I find having a sterile environment is easier for me. It's completely personal preference, but it's easier to keep clean. You suffer with midges less, and you can watch and keep track of your population a little bit better. If, however, you do want to use substrate, you can use things like cocoa fibre, eco earth, organic soil. They work great. No problems using them at all. In fact, they will help keep your humidity a bit higher. Again, no, it's up to you, it's your personal choice. So I'm going to start with diet. So very important, you have a climbable bowl. As we've already discussed, roaches cannot climb smooth surfaces, so if you do not have a climbable bowl, they're not going to be able to get to their food. I additionally say it's important to use a bowl rather than scattering, because you're going to want to clean daily, and if you've scattered it in, it's going to be really hard to get out. It's going to be messy, it's going to be dirty. So in here I have a mix of rocket, carrot and sweet potato. I try to give my roaches a very varied diet. You want to give them the same things really as you're giving your reptiles. High protein, high calcium. You do want to try and avoid the sugars though. Obviously you don't want your reptiles having loads of sugar, and additionally to that, again, it would encourage mites. So try and avoid the sugar. Additionally to giving them their fresh vegetation, I use roach chow. This is just one I made myself. If you're on my Facebook group, we've got a recipe for it on there. Very simple, it's a 2-minute job, great stuff. However, you can buy them from most exotic pet suppliers, both online and in store. Really good stuff. This is great as well for your calcium content. So just put that in a little bowl. You will find that particularly the baby roaches, they get in there and they hide and they burrow among the roach chow. Fluid hydration obviously is very important also. I use crystal gel, bug gel, but you can use things such as a wet sponge, or you can get crystal balls. There's loads of options you can use. Please, please, please do not put a water bowl in there. Roaches can't swim. They will die if you put a water bowl in. It's important that you use something that's safe and designed for bugs. So I'm going to put a little bit in. again, it's quick as easy. I don't put too much in because I use a lot of fresh vegetation, so I don't find my roaches get through too much fluids. So I'm going to put that on the bottom as well. Now all of these dishes you're going to want to switch out and clean every 24 hours. For cleaning, for cleaning, I empty them out into the bin and then I wipe the dishes over with F10, I love F10, and kitchen roll. Using kitchen rolls, disposable, stops cross-contamination and obviously it's easy to dispose of, so that's great. Okay, after I've got all my food dishes in place, I'm going to put in my egg carton. Now egg carton is great, it gives them a lot of surface space, lots of places to climb, lots of places to hide. So I'm just going to chuck it in there. I try and do it in a way that means they can climb in between. Give as much space as possible. You don't want to put your egg carton too high, because obviously if you're coming too close to the top it's going to make it easier, particularly for the adult roaches, to climb out. Now egg carton, I got these free with my bulk orders of locusts, which is great, but you can go to your local cafe or restaurants, they'll often give you one for free, they're just rubbish. Failing that, you can always go to places such as Amazon, eBay, they're easy and they're cheap to purchase. Great stuff though, so there's me egg carton. Okay. Humidity. Now humidity is not really too important with roaches. They will do well with low humidity. They will do low with low humidity. It just helps them to shed a bit. Sorry about that. If you've got substrate, you're only gonna need to mist your roaches about once a week. I don't use substrate. I'm bare bottom, so therefore I need to do mine a couple of times a week. I use a plant mister. Just find it a lot easier. Just a little mist over. You want to make sure there's no pollen because, as we've already discussed, roaches can't swim. That's going to be it for your humidity. Humidity, you want to keep it ideally between 40 and 60. Missed that point there. Temperatures. So I put my, sorry about the stutter, let me start again. I store my Dubia Roach colony on top of my enclosure, on top of the heat bulb, and that's plenty of heat for them. If you're unable to store your container on top of your heat, you may want to use a heat mat and a thermostat. The ideal temperature for your roaches is breeding is going to be 81. They will breed lower, they will breed higher, but your ultimate for breeding as much as you can is 81. Again, that's really easy to maintain, so that's that. Right, without further ado, again, roaches. I've put them in here for the purpose of the video. Bit of a disclaimer, I'm not setting up a new colony, I'm just cleaning my current colony, and I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to show you what I do. So here's my roaches, they've just put in here while I cleaned out their colony. You can see there's a selection of males, females, all different ages in there. So I'm just going to gently pop them in, I don't want to harm them. I think they've been through enough stress for today. And they're going to run around, hide and do their thing. So I'll pop that lid on. Okay, you want to keep your ratio about one male to every 7 females. If you have too many males, there's going to be fights and you get a lot of deaths within your colony. If you don't have enough, obviously they're not going to be impregnating the females. You can easily tell the difference between an adult and a female and a male roach, because the males have wings and the females have smooth like stripes across their body. Very easy to tell which gender's which. That's good. Cleaning, you don't want to clean your Dubia Roach colony too often. If you're using loose, you want to look at it once every couple of months. With sterile, you want to do it once every couple of weeks. The frass that collects in the bottom, that's all their waste. It's important, particularly for the babies. That's what they eat. It's healthy for them to eat in it. It's also good, they like to hide in it. So you do want to let that frass build up and not keep your tub too sterile. Sorry about that. Right, so I'm going to put links in the description for the place that you can get everything for this project. If you're on my Facebook group, we've got some brilliant exclusive discount codes as well that's going to obviously make this cheaper for you. If you've got any questions, please just drop them in comments. I'd love to hear all feedback also. Other than that, I think we're done. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.